Welcome back to Car Drive Next, the place where driving dreams meet cutting-edge design. Today, we're diving into something truly special, the 2025 Porsche 963 RSP. This car isn't just another Porsche. It's a glimpse into the future of racing-inspired road vehicles. From the moment you lay eyes on it to the final rev of the engine, the 963 RSP captures Porsche's motorsport soul and channels it into an exhilarating package. So buckle up as we take you through every angle of this car, inside and out. Let's start from the very first impression of when the 963 RSP is just rolling into view. There's no mistaking it for anything but a purpose-built machine. The front is low, wide, and aggressively planted, echoing the design language of the LMDh class race cars it's derived from. The LED headlights follow Porsche's signature 4-point motif, but they've been given a sharper, almost laser-like edge. The entire nose section is sculpted with aerodynamics in mind. There are deep functional vents, active aero panels, and a front splitter that wouldn't look out of place on the starting grid of Le Mans. Move to the side profile and you begin to understand the depth of engineering at play. The 963 RSP rides low, hugging the ground with sleek, race-ready proportions. There's barely any ground clearance, and every inch of the body has been optimized for airflow and downforce. The doors are dramatic scissor style, opening upwards to add flair and reduce drag. Huge air intakes dominate the rear side panels, channeling air straight into the engine bay. The carbon fiber construction is proudly on display, both visually and structurally, signaling Porsche's commitment to weight reduction and rigidity. Even the wheels are sculpted for speed, wrapped in ultra-low-profile Michelin Pilot Sport Cup tires that seem like they belong more on a racetrack than a public road. Now come around to the back and brace yourself. The rear end of the 963 RSP is unapologetically extreme. There's a full-width LED light bar integrated into the rear fascia, accentuating the width of the vehicle. But what grabs your attention first is the active rear wing, a massive, race-derived spoiler that adjusts dynamically based on speed, braking, and cornering forces. Below it, a huge carbon rear diffuser sits nestled between dual center exit titanium exhaust pipes, each one tuned to produce a snarling, high-frequency note that echoes Porsche's racing heritage. There's no pretense here. The back of the 963 RSP screams performance. Open up those scissor doors and step inside, and you'll find an interior that's surprisingly refined for something so track-focused. But make no mistake, it's still a cockpit first, luxury space second. The driver sits low and tight, wrapped in a minimalist but ultra-premium environment. Carbon fiber dominates the dashboard, center console, and door panels. Alcantara is everywhere on the steering wheel, the seats, the headliner. The bucket seats are carbon shelled and fixed back, sculpted to hold you firmly during high-speed maneuvers. They're finished in a blend of leather and Alcantara with subtle red contrast stitching, paying homage to Porsche's motorsport lineage. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed and multifunctional, with customizable drive modes, DRS activation, regen settings, and more, all within thumb's reach. The digital instrument cluster is crystal clear and highly responsive, offering different layouts depending on whether you're on the road or the track. There's also a central infotainment screen that supports Porsche's latest PCM interface, though it's clearly secondary to the driving experience. Even the climate controls are built into a slender horizontal touch bar, keeping everything streamlined. You won't find traditional luxury here, but you will find purpose, precision, and just enough technology to feel futuristic without ever distracting you from the drive. Let's talk about what powers this beast, because under the skin, the 963 RSP is unlike any Porsche road car ever built. It's a plug-in hybrid, but not in the way you might expect. The combustion engine is a 4.6-liter twin-turbocharged V8 derived from Porsche's racing efforts, and it's paired with a front-axle electric motor for a combined output of 905 horsepower. Let that sink in. At 905 horsepower, the engine alone delivers around 680, while the electric motor brings the rest, instantly available at low speeds for monstrous torque and traction. Thanks to a 900-volt electrical system, the hybrid drivetrain supports lightning fast power delivery and regenerative braking. The 0-60 time is estimated at just under 2.4 seconds, and top speed, over 220 miles per hour. More importantly, the car feels alive through every corner, with torque vectoring, active suspension damping, and rear wheel steering all working together to make it feel as nimble as it is violent. The transmission is a race-tuned 8-speed dual-clutch unit, delivering shifts that feel telepathic in speed and precision. There are multiple driving modes: road, sport, track, and qualify, each one dialing up throttle response, downforce, and electric boost. Of course, Porsche hasn't ignored sustainability here. The 963 RSP can operate in EV-only mode for short stints, perfect for urban entry zones or just quietly leaving your garage at 6 a.m. without waking the neighborhood. But let's be honest, most owners will want to hear that V8 howl as often as possible. Now, a car like this doesn't come cheap, and it's not meant to. Porsche has confirmed that the 963 RSP will be a limited production model, with fewer than 1,000 units slated for global release. The base price is expected to start around $1.2 million USD, but that number can climb quickly depending on customization and optional packages. For collectors, it's already become a must-have. For drivers, it's one of the closest ways you'll ever come to piloting a Le Mans prototype on public roads. Porsche offers a range of personalization options through their exclusive manufacturer program, from custom paint finishes to interior materials and even aerodynamic tweaks. And because this is Porsche, every car is built with obsessive precision and quality assurance, regardless of how wild your spec might be. So what does the 2025 Porsche 963 RSP really represent? It's a bridge between racetrack technology and real-world usability. It's Porsche flexing its engineering muscle without losing touch with driving purity. Yes, it's a hypercar. Yes, it's wildly expensive. But it's also the embodiment of everything the brand stands for: a heritage, innovation, and emotion. Driving it is a full-body experience. You don't just pilot the 963 RSP, you feel every vibration through the seat, every gearshift through your spine, every change in aero through the steering wheel. It's not just a car, it's a statement. A roar from the past, an arrow aimed at the future. If you're lucky enough to see one in person, take a moment to appreciate the level of detail, craftsmanship, and technology Porsche has poured into this machine. It's the kind of car that reminds you why automotive engineering can still be art. And if you're lucky enough to drive one, well, you're experiencing one of the purest forms of mechanical passion ever created on four wheels. Thanks for watching Car Drive Next. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2025 Porsche 963 RSP, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more reviews of the world's most thrilling machines. Got questions about the 963 RSP or thoughts on Porsche's direction? Drop them in the comments, so we love hearing from you. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road, your foot on the throttle, and your heart in the drive.